Yeah, if you want to send it to me, I'll download it.
Okay. Hey, Travis. Very well, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. I don't so those were so hands.
You're all in it. What y'all doing? Here, I'm gonna put this over here. You want me? Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, we just can't say where we are this week. We have a stand up. I'm gonna knock you out.
I'm putting it right here. Look. Hey. I'm gonna get your clicker. Make sure it works.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
What are you viewing, Mikey? Who are those people that are showing up there? Did you see them?
These people? They're already in it.
Oh, those are people.
Yeah, they're already people.
Oh, okay, good. Bad.
She's ready to
Oh, that's great.
Our microphone's on, by the way, so
It is on.
it is on. We're
So
good.
people can
Working.
hear. Good morning.
Connection's on.
God, this is, I was gonna tell you. Oh, my question that I couldn't think of yesterday was, can we see, and we can actually, the people at home on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
So my parents, Sylvia called and said she couldn't make it.
She's not gonna come soon. Okay.
She called me just now.
Or record it. Of course, we don't have it in Spanish, recorded in Spanish. But
Did you see the new update on the phone? The iPhone?
I haven't. My daughter's telling
The
me.
translate part?
No.
It's amazing.
Awesome. What does it do?
Tracy,
It's like,
did you
I'll
answer
show you.
the question?
I don't
Taking
know.
this out? No, but if we, that's a thought.
I thought last year.
Well, okay, last year I had to be at a conference during that time, and maybe a couple of times. So she filled in. But she was PIDAC before I was PIDAC. She's always been involved.
cool. I'm gonna get the clicker ready. Six minutes.
So we do, if we do the welcome thing, then those people, can we screen, like put them up and let
Yeah,
them say
sure.
something too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's I'll make that big, and just if they
Okay.
want to go around and
Okay.
introduce.
Well, Federal Partners is here anyway.
Yeah.
I picked a bad mask to wear today. It's got foam on it. It's got, I'm pleased, yes, thank you. No, I'm gonna have to, I'll stand away, but yeah. Have you done any presentations yet since this all happened, Casey, with us?
So
Okay.
that's right.
All right, see? Perfect. This is a nice looking one.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Cool. Yeah. And we want to go from a slideshow on that?
Yep. And I won't start that until after we kind of do the introduction.
Okay, see, perfect. Miss Marini.
Yeah,
You can hear us.
I can. Morning.
This one, is it in the letter that you sent?
Yeah. I tried to. I tried to. Add my people yesterday.
They can hear everything you're saying. They can hear everything.
Thank you.
It has that microphone on it. I guess I could. Yeah.
Really do feel like this is a production. Okay. This is the weather for tomorrow.
You make a
the good weather lady.
No, I want it all.
Hi, Mr. Dollar. How are you? I'm so glad you could.
Can everyone
make it.
hear?
Does everyone know
online?
Jared
Good,
Dollar?
good. Thumbs up. Thank y'all.
Well, we're gonna get started.
Yep.
Because we do honor people's time, and we'll start on time, but I will tell you that usually the first PIDAC has a lot going on, so we may run over a little bit. But if you need to leave, or please just say.
Hey, could you get a little closer? Can you get a little closer to the microphone? You're breaking in and out.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, welcome, welcome. I was just saying that we're starting at 10 o'clock. We may go a little over today because sometimes the first PIDAC meeting runs a little long. But if you have to leave or zoom out, then please feel free to do so. We are recording the meeting, so it'll be available later for you to upload and look at it if you want to do that. Okay. Well, we're going to start. First of all, welcome again, and I guess we'll make a few introductions around the room just to introduce ourselves briefly. And so we'll know who all is here today, okay? Well, I'm Wanda Wilkinson, as I said before. I'm the Parent-Family Engagement Liaison at Federal Programs, coordinator there. And so I'm the person that's running the meeting today, I guess, because that's my job. So anyway, well.
Great. Greg Sorensen, Superintendent.
Gonna go.
Need to announce again?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You going around?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm liaison for Melrose.
Casey Griffiths, I'm the Cambridge Acceleration Specialist for the Putnam County School District and representing Kelly Smith Elementary.
Hello, I'm Lorena Domini. I'm the program evaluator and STEM support at Federal Programs.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Perry. I'm with Program Specialist for the Migrant Education Program.
Hey, I'm Brad Skelton, Federal Programs. I'm neglecting delinquent resource teacher, working with Department of Juvenile Justice, Boys Ranch, and foster care.
I'm Jared Dollar, and I'm here because Becky Boats asked me to be.
And we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good job, Becky.
Nathan Evans, Student Success Mentor, working with the homeless students at our federal programs.
Good morning, I'm Cherie Clayton. I'm our ELO support leader for the district.
Hello, I am Kathleen. I am the ESOL coordinator for MPS.
Good morning, I'm Pamela Brown. I'm from Federal Programs and I'm the district graduation coordinator.
Hi, I'm Becky Moats. I'm also from Federal Programs. Many of you know me from Palaca High School, and I am one of the graduation coaches for the district this year.
Hi, Melissa Coleman, Director of Federal Programs.
Hi, I'm Penelope Snyder. I'm a parent at QR Roberts, and I was asked to be here to represent you.
You want to allow them? If you want to introduce yourself online, starting with Kimberly.
Hi, I'm Kim Bradford. I work for Susan Hellwig and I'm representing her today. And I am just joining. This is my first time and I'm just here to help, willing to help.
And what organization?
She's from State Farm, Susan.
Maybe Allison.
Good morning. My name's Allison Marini. I have kids at Melrose and at QI Roberts. And I've been a part of the PIDAC now for, I don't know, maybe 6 years. Yeah. I'm guilty. I love it. It's a great place to be. And thanks for having me.
Cool. Wayne.
Yeah, hey, Wayne McLean, Beck Automotive. Glad to be here. Friend of Jared Dollar. That's all I got to say.
Barbara.
Hi, I'm Barbara Bryant, Kelly Smith Elementary, and I'm also a school improvement specialist for the district.
Okay. And we have another Barbara, I think Barbara Bunch.
I'm Barbara Bunch, and I'm a parent representing QI Roberts, and I also have a sixth grader at CH Price. My first time here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Andy Burnett.
Hey, I'm Andy Burnett. I am the Exceptional Student Education Director, or ESC Director, for the school district.
Okay. Latoya.
I am Latoya Cooper. I am a parapro in the ESC Self-Contained at Kelly Smith, and I'm representing Smith. I have a child at both Kelly Smith and at Jenkins Middle School. This is my first time here.
Awesome. Champagne.
I'm Patricia Champagne. I am an administrative assistant at NEFAC, and I am a parent of a 7th grader at QI and a 4th grader at Interlochen Elementary.
Awesome.
And this is my first year.
And I would like to add very quickly, Champagne wins the Best Backdrop Award.
Yeah, that was good. We have Angie.
Good morning. My name is Angela Peffley, and I'm representing Melrose Elementary and QI Roberts. I have boys at both schools.
Cool. Ryan.
Good morning, everybody. Ryan Simpson, employed by Putnam County Emergency Services Department. However, joining today as a parent of 2 boys at the Children's Reading Center. Thank you.
Thank you. Sandra?
Yes, I'm Sandra Pelham. I'm a guardian of children at Melrose Elementary School, and this is my first time. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Keontae? Did I say it?
Okay. Yes, you said it right. Kudos, good job. Everyone messes it up. So I'm Keontae Hayward, and I am a parent of a 6th grader at the Putnam Putnam Academy of Arts and Science, and this is my first year.
Awesome. Justin.
Good morning, everyone. I am Justin Campbell. I am the 21st coordinator, and I'm with the federal program.
Anthony. Barbara. And she's muted. Anybody else? Yeah, Shondel's probably muted too. Anthony Glover. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Click on this little dot.
Yeah, he's. Anthony, are you muted, man? Oh. All right, so I think we're good. I think so.
Okay. Everybody hear me? Woo. Everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Is good, Mike?
Yes, good.
Okay. Hey, I was doing Zoom a few minutes ago, and I just want to be around people. Okay? I just want to come in here and be in the same room with people. So thanks for having me. I have to be in another meeting in about 5 minutes, but I just want to come in and talk about a couple things. First of all, I don't know if you heard, but we're in a middle of a pandemic. And I always like to say when we started school this past August, I said, we just got back off of spring break, and it was a heck of a week. Yeah. So we went out in March and then came back in August. So that's like the longest week I've ever had. But we're back. We're glad to be back. A lot of stuff going on. And I don't want to get bogged down in the pandemic, although that has our immediate attention right now. But, you know, we are, as you all know, we're trying to do the best we can to provide the best education we can. And we're offering parents choices. We won't go through all that. But right now we have a number of parents who have, you know, have their children in face-to-face, and a number that have them online. And I'm glad they have that option. And we have some that are going back and forth. And I know some principals are pulling their hair out about that, but you know what? We're letting them decide how they want to do that. But the main thing we want is we want our parents to have some choices because there's a lot of fluidity in this pandemic. So again, we don't want to lock anybody in right now. So it's going pretty well. We have a lot of kinks we're working out. And here's another thing I want to mention to you. We've had a major deal with not being able to find students, not only here, but statewide, and I hear even nationwide. I'm also hearing colleges are having trouble finding students. Now, why is that a big deal? Is because students equal money. And we have been able to, we started off like 20% about a month ago. Well, less than a month ago. 20% of our students were not accounted for. We could not find them. And I was about to panic. And if just put it in perspective, if you multiply each student by $7,000, okay? And by the way, we have about 10,500 students. Multiply that times 20%, and then do the math. That's a lot of money the state's gonna keep and not send to us. So we've been able to really get out there and beat on doors and make phone calls and everything we've done, and we've whittled that down to some, probably about 2% now. But again, 2% is still an issue with us. So all I'm saying is, if you know of anybody out there who has not gone to school or is not online, please contact the school or call us, call Dr. Coleman, call somebody, and we will make sure we'll reach out to them. And I know you're probably out there seeing a lot of that too, both of you. So
we've been hunting.
Good. Keep hunting. So anyway, that's an issue we're all having, and we're talking to the state about it. And again, we'll keep you posted on how that might affect us in the future. The other thing I want to mention, we have not lost sight of the fact that our district is moving in a positive direction, and we have some things we're very happy about. Our graduation rate, our school improvement. We no longer have any schools on the state's turnaround list. At one time, we had 11 out of 18. We have 0 now. So I'm very proud of that. Why is that good? Because that means, you know, our schools are not being punished, if you will, by the state. And that's not a good word to use, but as you know, Mosley was at a point to where they were a traditionally failing school, had not made a C in the last, 8 to 10 years. And most recently, they made a C, and it was a big celebration for us. And we were able to get the people who helped us. You know, we did not have to hire them anymore, some outside entities, if you will. So that was a big celebration. And a number of schools we've been able to improve. So again, that means good things are happening in our district. Instruction is going well, and we don't want to lose sight of that. Here's the one thing I want to put on your radar, and I think we did this last year before the pandemic, is we actually came together with a number of groups, our parent groups, our teachers, administrators, a number of different groups, and we have solicited information from them about the answer to this one question. What does a post-secondary graduate in Putnam County look like? Or what should they have? What kind of skills should they have? Because that is going to be our next venture in the next few years, is because not only are we getting them out of high school in time, we also want to make sure when they graduate from high school, they have some opportunities, okay? And we've done some things like we've increased our career and technical education opportunities. That's an ongoing process. We have expanded our acceleration opportunities. If you saw the paper today, Cambridge, was that today or yesterday?
That's today.
Today, okay. Big write-up about our Cambridge scores improving both in at QI and at Crescent City. We're offering Collegiate High School at Palaca High School and Oregon High School. The point is we're giving our kids some opportunities they have not had in the past. And what the big thing, the number I like that was in the paper is over the last 3 years, we've given over 200 kids with an ACE diploma free tuition to go to college just because they earned an ACE diploma. And I'm telling you, parents love free tuition, right? And if you go through the collegiate high school, students there, they start dual enrollment, 9th grade. By the time they graduate high school, they can earn their AA degree and pay 0 for college. Savings of about $10,000. So we're giving our kids some opportunities. Also in the career field with advanced manufacturing, our public service academy. Down the road, as we build up our capacity with STEM, we're looking at developing a cybersecurity academy. That's probably something Mikey's going to be a part of, I bet. That's right down your alley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, a lot of neat stuff happening. But again, our focus is what does that graduate look like in Putnam County? It may look different here than it looks in St. Johns County or Watford County. What does that person need to look like or have? What are the skills they need to have when they graduate from Putnam County? So I think we did that. Did we do that with this group? That activity? I know Mandy Burning led the activity.
I don't think so.
If we haven't, then we will do that soon. We're soliciting that input, and we're going to go to the school board, and we're going to work with our school board in writing a new strategic plan, which will guide what we do for the next several years. And the big focus is postgraduate. When we get them out of school, we just don't want to graduate them. We want to give them opportunities. And, you know, our big focus is not only do we want to have them get a college education or industry certification, we want them to come back to Putnam County, live here, contribute here, pay taxes, take care of us old people, okay? So we want to build that up. So that's kind of where we're heading. We don't want the pandemic to slow us down, but we are having to put out some fires, so to speak, right now. And but I think things are going well. I would urge you to tune into our school board meeting October 20th, not the next one, but the following, 2 weeks from now. It's going to be a night meeting. I encourage you to come out. We're going to have more seating, or you can watch it live stream. We're actually going to be presenting the state of the district. We do that every year, and we're going to talk about some of the things that we have accomplished and some of the challenges that we have going ahead, but things that we have done this past year, and we do that each year. So that'll be a great opportunity for you just to kind of get a reading on how we're doing as a district. So with that said, I have a meeting to go to, but be glad to answer a few questions or comments or suggestions or jokes.
Can you hear me?
Everybody good? Somebody online?
Do you have any questions on that?
I'm looking. I don't have anything.
Nobody? Good.
No, I got a question. Not a question.
Go
A
ahead.
comment. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh,
I can
great.
hear you. I can't see you, but go ahead.
Oh, that's all right. So as a parent of 3 little kids, I just wanted to say thank you to you and everyone else in the district that got our county moving forward and got schools face-to-face, because it made a huge difference in my household.
I bet. Thank you for saying that. I think parents probably figured out this teaching thing may not be what it's trying to be, right? Thank you for sharing that. And let me just piggyback on your comment in today's paper. I think in the editorial section, but I do want to specify the state has opened up, so to speak, to phase 3 from the governor, and that's great. But the Putnam County School District is tightening up. We cannot allow us to take the foot off the pedal, so to speak. We are still being very diligent in keeping our kids safe. Some of our numbers have spiked. You probably saw that on our district dashboard, but we have got to be diligent because safety is the #1 thing. And I'm very happy we're in phase 3, but we have to make sure we're keeping our kids safe. And if we don't, then we're not doing our job here. Now, as things change and the situation warrants, maybe we'll change that. But we met with principals yesterday and said, hey, same protocols, we're going to be there walking through, making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to. And, you know, things are going to happen. Kids bring things from home, bring them into the schools. You can't control that, but we can control the way we see kids and requiring face coverings and all that stuff. So I just want to make sure you understand why, if you hear that we're tightening up, we're just going to be very diligent because safety is #1. Okay. Any other questions before I duck out of here?
I think, it looked like Kimberly had a question.
Kimberly?
I think she was agreeing, Mike.
Yeah, I think she was like,
I was
yeah.
agreeing that homeschool was not for us.
Yes.
I have a child at QI Roberts. He's in 8th grade this year. I didn't mention that. I didn't know we were putting that out there, but
yeah,
he's definitely needs the social aspect, and he was begging to go back to school. So
yeah. Hey, you know, that social aspect is a big deal. You know, we talk about social emotional learning. Hey, that's why I'm over here, because I need to be around people. Okay, and our kids even more. So we definitely want to make sure our kids are socializing but being safe. So if nothing else, thank y'all for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next on our agenda, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about PIDAC and how it comes, what your role will be. And we're going to give you a little information about how, why we are PIDAC and how some of the documentation that we use throughout our school, some of the role that we'll be playing in those documents. Okay, so we're going to go to a PowerPoint. And I will say, welcome you all again. And this is actually my first Zoom hybrid meeting that we've done. I've attended many and have, really bought into that idea of how easily you can be wherever and join together. And I think if anything good has come out of our situation this year, that's been a good thing, because one of the main barriers, we're talking a minute about the survey that we do every year where we try to determine barriers to engagement, what are stopping parents and families from being able to be with their students or engage in their students' education. Most often, the number one reason was family scheduling, because we're very busy and it's hard to have an activity or something that everybody can come to at a certain time. But with this new way of work, if they can't be there, we can Facebook Live it to them or record it so they can do it at their own discretion. So it's kind of good. That's in some way. So welcome, and the way that, because we are a federal program and we have many grants that we oversee at federal programs. The largest one probably is Title I. And Title I comes from the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965 that President Lyndon Johnson put into place. That's where it all kind of started, where he recognized that there were things that the federal government can do, monies they can provide that are going to impact education in America. It is actually updated every 5 years. So when President Bush was in office, you may remember No Child Left Behind. Every time you update, it gets a new tag. The basic meat of the legislation stays the same, however, they do change things. And then when President Obama came into and updated in 2015, it's now ESSA, Every Student Succeeds Act. And so ESSA did change some things, and one thing that it really highlights is more parent and family engagement, our responsibility to promote parent and family engagement. Okay? So the purpose of Title I is to, or of the legislation, is really to kind of bring up level the playing field for everyone. So they're target students that maybe have kind of got left behind. So the way that we're doing this is we want to meet those education of low achievement of low students. We understand that students need more, so that's part of the legislation. The academic assessments that we are now required to do for the past several years came out of this legislation for accountability. That's another big piece of the legislation, accountability. I won't go through all of them, but we are closing the achievement gap. And I want to say this, that at federal programs, we have several title programs out of this legislation. And so each of, like you might have Title II, Title III, Title IV, those titles aim at specific areas here. So like when it says closing the achievement gap between minority and non-minority disadvantage, that's pretty much everybody in our county. I wanted to say that we are a Title I district. All our schools receive Title I funds and title funding. When we are providing children with enriched and acceleration program, that's our accelerated program and our language program that we now have, because we recognize that students might require a little more of that type of support to achieve their high potential. So it's just not low, children that are struggling academically. It's also to help students that have the potential to move forward. So there are a lot of things that can accomplish this purpose, but one of the main things is you can afford parents substantial and meaningful opportunities to participate in the education of their children, and that's where you guys come in. And I'm so thankful that you have agreed to come and join with us and work together so that we can improve our parent involvement at our schools. Okay, so this is PIDAC. One of the things that the legislation states, and there's the section number that local agency, which is us in district, can create a district-wide advisory council. So the purpose of PIDAC is at the district level to support schools and parents and engagement at the schools. All right. Dr. Sorensen said something about getting people together to talk about our strategic plan that we want to put in place. So what does are we providing what we need basically for our students to achieve post-secondary when they leave our high school? And that speaks to me because I believe in these documents. I truly do. I believe that if you get people together and you discuss your all points of view and solicit many ideas and write them down in a plan with some benchmarks there, like we're going to do this by this point and this by this point, and keep track of it and look at your end results and start that process again with whatever revisions that you need. I really truly believe that that's how we move forward and how we get better. These 4 documents are documents that are legislated by law that we do in our schools with parent input, and they're revisited yearly or as necessary. And if we do this process and we take these documents seriously, I truly believe that our schools will improve. So the first thing we have there is a comprehensive needs assessment. Every school has to look at multiple data points and they analyze.
I'm sorry, real fast. I need to pause. I have to fix the slideshow. Sorry, that's my fault.
I can, you want me to just forget me?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, I'm just going to fix the slideshow. I'm sorry. Keep going.
I am talking a lot, guys. So if anybody has any comments, please jump in. I tend to kind of get on rolling.
And Wanda, can I stop you for just a minute? Can everybody that's at virtually attending hear Wanda?
I can.
I'm saying this morning, you might want to get on your.
Is that holding in my hand and I got this megaphone right here? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yes, okay.
Do you see the circle?
I do.
Yes, that's my.
All right, thank you, thank you. And also I did forget to say this, but I sent excuse me, an email out to everyone with an invitation to a Google Drive that has the materials that we're going to look at today. You have that email, hopefully, that you can access that drive, and everything that we handed out today is available to you through the drive. So if you want to check your email, see if that happened. Because, all right, so the first thing is our comprehensive needs assessment. It's a requirement. All schools do this. They look at multiple data points. They bring in all kinds of stakeholders. They talk about, they discuss it, they review, they look and see. And most of it is really based on student data. And then they form strategies and activities and initiatives to place into their school, targeting certain things that they see that they need to work on. And so then they revisit those things, by the data and see if things are happening. If they're not, they revise. So it's just it's a good process, and that's a requirement. For all our grants actually are based on comprehensive needs assessment. Most of our grants, at least the title grants are. And then we have a school-wide improvement plan. Every year, it is revisited. This is another requirement by the legislature. The comprehensive needs assessment feeds your school improvement plan. So whatever you decide to do to improve the quality of education at your school is pulled from that CNA. But once again, the process is the same. People gather, they look at the data, they look at what they've done, they look what they need to do, they do it, they check it, they revise it as necessary. So a written down plan, written plan. And then we have the parent-family engagement plan. We have 2 actually. We have one at the district level, which is part of what your role will be to help revise. And then we have one at each school. Once again, parents and family stakeholders, community members, teachers, everybody gathers together and they look and see what they're doing with to support their parents, support their parents, to support their children, and then they adjust that as needed. And then finally, every school has a parent-teacher compact, student compact, that is a list of bulleted things that parents promise that they will do to help their child succeed. The teachers have a bulleted list of things they promise they will do to help children and parents succeed. And then the student actually has things that they agree that they will do. So it's like a list of responsibilities, and everybody signs it. And it's a very powerful tool when it's used at student conferences, and because, you know, you pull that out and you say, well, these are the things we said we all do. Where are we falling down? What can we do? What do we need to do? So it's a very strong tool for that. And all those things, like I said, are legislated. These are things we have to provide our parents for input. But I can't stress strongly enough, they are a compliance document, but we really want to view them as good tools, not just something that we just do and put in a cabinet and check a box. Okay. Are there any questions about those documents? Okay. Every year in early spring, around March, we send out a survey through, the district sends out a survey to parents and families with a list of questions and a place for feedback to try to gather information on how we're doing, you know, with our program this year. What are your needs being met? What can we do to improve things? So then that information is collated, analyzed. This group actually does that work. They look at the results of the survey, and because you want to determine needs, the barriers that are keeping parents from being able to engage with their children, and the needs that they may have, and what strategies can we put in place to do that. And then from that document and that information, that we will start revising our district parent-family engagement plan. And this is kind of what it looks like, because we have to present this to the state in our Title I application. So they have some questions and we fill it in. But this year, we also have changed the format for what we're going to share with parents, because it wasn't very parent-friendly before. It was a very dry document. It wasn't very pretty. So this year, we've revamped it, and you have this in your packet. That's your first document there. That's the whole thing there. This document is what we'll be looking at to review, because it's been created, but it needs to go through a revision process so that parents and community stakeholders have the opportunity to give input into that. And this is what we're going to try this year. This is a checklist that we've created that goes along with the parent-family engagement plan. On the, what are you looking at? Left-hand side there, that's the actual legislation as it's written. That's the requirement that has to be in the plan. So it's a little wordy, but I didn't want to change anything because I didn't want to put my interpretation on it. I wanted to give everyone exactly what the law says we have to do. And then in the center is the yes and no. And then you've got comments on each of the requirements. So what I'd like us to try to do this year is we need to use this to get information back from the group. It is in a drive folder so that we can go there, we can make a copy of it. You can just do it right there in the drive folder, and it's there. I can mail them out. You can, take pictures of it and send it to me. There's a variety of ways to get the information back to us, but we're going to try that. But if we're going to work first to see if we can get it to the Google Docs, everybody will have access, we'll make a copy, then it'll just be in the form there. Okay, so there'll be follow-ups on that, guys. I'm not sure if you have questions, I might can answer it, but I don't know what I can answer because you've never done this before, so it may be maybe like we're building this plane as we fly it, but I think it'll be a good process. I think it will be. Okay.
Can I comment?
Yes, yes.
I love the new changes to that document.
Thank you, Allison. It
much
is
more
prettier.
appealing.
It was, before it was hardly readable, you know, it was, yeah.
That is,
Too busy.
parents will see that and it'll draw them in. I think that was such a great idea.
Good, I'm glad. So we try to make it, and I can't take total credit because if you go online and Google, there's a lot of templates out there. This one actually came from a Cobb County in Georgia. That was kind of the outline that they used. So we sort of gently borrowed it, but
we hijacked it.
Yes, but anyway, so I have to give them credit because they had already done a nice job, but the information is ours.
Awesome.
And that document is also in the drive folder. Okay, that was the district level school improvement plan. At this time, folks, all the schools are updating their school level engagement family plan. This is just an example from Yates Miller. It's just, they did such a wonderful job with their plan. And it's basically kind of the same. You have your the requirements right there in the center column, and then how you answer those requirements over to the side there. And it's got several areas. But these plans are at the school level, but the same thing. Parents have to be involved and engaged in revising and looking at their plans. So that is something I'm going to charge each of you to do that are representing schools and for your children. Please reach out to your school if they haven't reached out to you already, and be a volunteer to help to revise your plan, because it has to be by law. We have to do this. It has to be documentation, but that's just a side thing. That's the compliance piece. The important piece is that you have a voice in seeing what happens at your school. Each school gets parent and family engagement funds. Your voice is what decides what those funds are spent on. And so there's some it's a powerful tool for you to help shape what happens at your child's school and support your child's school. So let me say that one more time. I'm charging you, the folks here that are representing their child's school or schools, to reach out to the administration and offer your services to help revise your school parent and family involvement plan, engagement, and pull in your friends, because some schools actually have PTAs, they have SAC committees, but some schools don't. They don't have that strong parent support. So that's another thing that we really like to see at all our schools. Parents actually have some kind of committee or organization that supports the schools. But this is very important, so don't forget. Okay, and I'm coming to a close. This is our last little bit. November is Parent and Family Engagement Month. So these are some resources that come from the DOE website. The first one is the little children. There's our early learning site on the larger DOE site. It's very interactive. It has a lot of good information, and it's just really a good site. The one at the bottom is from the Project Appleseed, and that's national, but they also have very good good resources there. Things. And then the last one up here is actually a letter that explains there's a contest. Every year the state of Florida puts out a contest, and this year it's a video contest. So your school can participate by making a short little video and sending it in, and then you could win awards. But it's a good activity to rally your parents around and get some excitement at your school. But also, there are so many things that we can do at our schools. And I'm going to say this one more time, that this terrible thing that's happened to us has actually done some great things for parent-family engagement at schools. People are really thinking outside the box, and we've got some excellent activities planned, and some through Facebook Live and stuff are reaching out. So it's really kind of been a good thing. So and let me just say this before I'm going to pass it on to our special guest. In that folder and for your email, I'm going to be sending you updated resources along, so that you can pass those things along to your schools and administrators and your other parents at your schools. It's because something you see may trigger a greater, something that speaks to your heart that you want to implement at your school, and that would increase excitement and bring in more people, so that everybody's working together at your school to support your students. Okay, are there any questions? Because I have to have some water now because I just talked too much. Sorry. Okay. So go ahead and let me hit the next slide before we. Okay. Because I'm going to thank you. Our next meeting is October 28th. I'm going to send out a survey to your email so that you can give some feedback to the meeting today. And please, with comments and any additions that you'd like to see. We have so many great initiatives going on at the district level, and we invite guests every month to come and share the things that we're doing. So you may enjoy some of that. This month, you can log out that now.
Okay.
We have one of our greatest, I think, our most exciting things that we do at federal programs is we have a great, wonderful STEM group that supports the district STEM initiative. And STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And it's engaging. It's just, it's needed. It's where our earth is headed. Thank goodness. I think this COVID thing has pushed us all more in that direction. So, it's a good thing that we have the support. I thank Mikey so much for being here today. But so Mikey is our STEM, you want to call you STEM man?
Yeah.
This is our STEM man, driver man. He's the head of that. And Lorena is our other STEM person. And someone that's been real involved with Kelly Smith STEM night, which we're going to talk about, is Miss Casey Parrish. So as we can you share a little bit of what's going on? Is it tomorrow night?
Yeah, so tomorrow night, Kelly Smith wanted to keep up with their family night, so the three of us have assisted. They're going to do a virtual space night. They're going to live stream it on Facebook. So tomorrow night, anybody can watch the Facebook Live. It will be live streamed from Kelly Smith Elementary's Facebook page. The school itself, they're going to send home kits with each student that pre-registered. The kit will contain materials to create their own rocket. So the kids at home will create their own rocket, plus they have a 2 liter of Coca-Cola and popcorn that's also in the kit. The Coca-Cola is actually used for the rocket launch, so it is being used, but they can enjoy the food and drink while they're having their little virtual family night. So they have these kits, and then Mikey and Lorena assisted Kelly Smith, and they are launching big rockets. So it's been a team effort, but we're excited. Do you want to add anything about the?
Yeah, sure. I just thought it was just a great idea, just jumping on board with the people, just trying to serve the schools. And so what a great idea to send rockets home for kids to be able to launch it. And a way to engage the parents in a crazy time like this. And so we came along, help the concept of how to engage parents without them being here. And so that concept is crazy to think about, but done in a way that it's going to do as best as we can. And so we're going to do it on Facebook Live by pre-recording it. And so, which is kind of a process that we can help as resource teachers as helping out with STEM. And so we're also going to do it with YouTube too. So we're going to be able to stream live with YouTube and Facebook. So people don't have Facebook, and so we're going to put it on our STEM Van YouTube channel, and that way they can go back and look at it if they miss it. And also we're working on doing like a tutorial of how to build stuff. So that's how we're kind of coming along the schools to help a parent engagement night. So it's really been awesome. It's been a lot of work. It's a lot different, but we have to adapt to a crazy time. And so that's what we're kind of doing to engage the parents, when they can't be on campus. So. And
in the video, they're going to discuss the kits that the kids have compared to the rockets that they're launching, and talk about some of the scientific, how they launch, what energy they're using. So they're going to talk about those during the video. It would be something that anybody could watch. Most of the materials for the at-home rockets are something that you would probably have at home. So you may want to watch if you have kids that are into space and STEM, and they can then create their own rockets as well. Or you can take it back to your home school and pitch it to the administrators there, and they could do something similar to what Kelly Smith's going to do tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
I think what's also incredible is that we have partners coming in with us, and it's STEM2 Hub, it's Blue Origins, they're a private aeronautical company. sending rockets up already. There's PGA Tour. So we have all these big time people coming to our little county to support us. So
And Steve Wozniak.
Oh, yeah, Steve Wozniak.
Yes, thank you.
And tell everybody who Steve Wozniak is, just in case. He is the head of, is it Microsoft, Apple, what does he do?
Well, he helped.
Go ahead, Mikey.
He helped pretty much establish the personal computer that we have. And so he is in charge of, he established a thing called WozEd, which is just this huge organization that is pouring STEM into kids. And so there he came alongside and helped make great videos for us to be able to engage kids and not just make a video for the staff, but having outside resources. The main thing is that, and this is why the concept is, Kathy goes, in the next 10 years, people are going to be able to go to the moon and stay there. That doesn't wrap around your mind, but that's what kids need to be exposed to. And we don't have NASA anymore. And so someone like Blue Origin are privatizing going into space. And so this is a way to go and talk about that to a kid and go, hey, in your generation, if you have enough money, you can go and stay on the moon. That doesn't like comprehend, but it's going to happen. And so what a great way to expose kids to that concept, to maybe that generation is going to be going. And so, and then with that, you're engaging the parents too. So
can I put you on the spot, Mikey? Can you get to like a 2-minute clip of the video?
Of the 2-minute, no, actually I don't have it. It's all on.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'll let y'all. One of the nice things, though, if I can add to that, is that our hope for PIDAC this year is that by engaging community members here, thank you, those of you that were drugged by Becky Moats. I think maybe some people online were drugged here by Becky Moats. I could be wrong about that. And I don't know if they can still see us. We can't see you, but I'm thinking you can still see us.
Yeah, thanks.
But we would welcome any of you to kind of join with our schools. This is an example tomorrow night at Kelly Smith of how they have joined with area businesses, aeronautics companies, WAS, STEM 2 Hub, and PGA Tour, and actually had those companies come in and join with a parent night to engage our community. And so if I can make that leap, it'd be wonderful if we had those of you that are with various businesses in town to kind of engage in the conversation about what we're doing to increase parent and family engagement at various schools, and volunteer yourself to be part of one of those nights in some way. I know we've had some wonderful examples. I walked through Beck last year, I think, and there were posters around from inventions for kids and different things. So I know many of you are familiar with engaging with the schools, but that's my hope this year, that as Wanda talks with you, you can kind of decide where you fit in and what might be wonderful to aid in true community engagement. So Mikey, how do they get to this tomorrow night if they want to see it?
So they can go to PCSD STEM Van. That would be a YouTube, or you can go to our Facebook, all of our Facebook accounts. So our federal programs, Facebook account, or Kelly Smith's. So
And it's Kelly Smith Elementary. So if you want to just go to there, anybody, you don't have to be friends with them.
Oh, what time? Yeah,
It's at 6 p.m. tomorrow night.
6 p.m. tomorrow night. And we're going to try to get it onto Putnam County Schools, obviously. So Putnam County Schools is going to repost it. The more
we
repost.
want to see Dr. Starstein shoot, not for Rocket.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Is there any way to get a list of materials that you guys will be using that I can share with my elementary school in case those families do tune in and they do want to build a rocket, because your idea is frigging awesome.
Yeah, that's.
So they can reach out to myself and we can get the information. My email is the letter C, and the number 2, Griffiths@my.putnamschools.org. And we'll get any information, or if you have questions. It has been shared with schools, so they are aware of this. And you may see more schools coming out with something similar in the next few months.
And if you're the kind of person that has PVC 1-inch PVC pipe in your garage,
That's me.
this is the activity for you.
So it came as a kit too. That's important.
No,
They're putting the kits together.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
they bought
so-
the individual pieces.
Okay, never mind.
But it's mainly paper, tape, it's cardstock.
Yeah, cardstock.
Tape, a 2-liter soda bottle, Coke works better. I've done these rocket launches, and from my experience with my kids, the integrity of the Coke bottle works better. And then you need duct tape or electrical tape, and then just regular tape. And you need PVC pipe.
Yeah, they
And
use
that's it.
they use half-inch. It's actually half-inch. but whatever.
It's just a few.
Whatever.
And the kids' rockets are stomp rockets.
Yeah.
So they stomp the 2-liter, which causes the rocket to fly.
Let me ask you this, Casey.
Thank you.
Is there documents we could put in, like instructions into the drive?
So this is the thing. So that's what we were creating a like a how-to video. And so when we create that how-to video, you'll be able to have all that. So we'll know, okay, you need a 2 6-inch, half-inch, this is the Coke, and we're going to go through a step-by-step instruction so that we can share that with our district-wide. So you'll have what the materials are and then how to actually put it together. Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I can talk to Susan, but I'm sure she would be on board with, maybe we could get some of the supplies here together at our office for, families aren't able to get these items on their own, or, maybe we could use for them, and we're right by Walmart, so they could pick them up. We could probably do something like that.
That's awesome. I was sharing this with my wife, and she was like, "Well, how much the cost is that?" I think it was between $5 and
$7. The kits were $5 to $7 that they're sending home. Kelly Smith purchased all the kits for their families. And like I said, they had to pre-register. So any registration form that they got, they purchased the kits and then they'll send them home, and they were $5 to $7. The most expensive part was the 2-liter. It was like $1.79. So that was the most expensive piece to the project.
which I thought was awesome. $5 to $7. I mean, that's for kids to get exposed to rocketry and to be able to have fun and have an engagement with parents. It's worth $5 to $7.
And I'm telling you that rocket goes higher than those little stomp rockets.
Yeah.
If anyone's bought those little stomp rockets on Amazon, this rocket goes a lot higher.
It does a lot better than what I thought. It does really, really well. So
I have one comment.
Sure.
I have to give a shout out to Kelly Smith. I am a parent of Kelly Smith's daughter, and they did a phenomenal job of letting the parents know what they're doing. Great Facebook, emails home, letters home. They were excellent at doing that. And Cassie, I also put your email on the chat box for everyone. So if you need to get a hold of her, her email is there now.
Good thinking.
I'm gonna share my email too, just in case.
And we can actually put in the drive folders that your materials are in. There might be some we can drop in there today that might support you in some way also. So if hopefully you're able to get to that. And I do just want to reiterate again how thankful we are that you come, all parents and community members, and how you come, how you volunteered your time, and this shows great commitment that you're being here or you're attending. That you are the folks that really want to make a difference in our schools and can make a difference in our schools for your service. So please don't let those documents that I shared with you just dust away and rot away and let it still with this even in a file cabinet somewhere. Please reach out to your schools, because really, I mean, schools are busy, they're a little chaotic. We have great intentions, but sometimes we don't maybe make the extra effort on these types of to reach out enough. But so please initiate that outreach. You will be welcome. The administrators would love to hear from you. They would so much welcome your support and your help and things that to support parents and family at their schools. So let's please work together to do that. So our next, like I said before, our next meeting is going to be October 28th. Hopefully when we get back together, we'll have some good plans for November. Maybe we'll have some videos to share for the state that you put together that contest for the engagement month of November. So keep that in mind. That's another thing to bring to the attention of your administrators, that is an important month that has been set aside for specifically for parent family engagement. So I guess that's all for us. If you want any more comments and closing remarks?
Does anyone have any questions in general we can help answer regarding anything with the school system?
Well, thank you. This, we did record, so we will put this meeting somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I'll let everybody know where it's going to be uploaded, so you'll have access to it. And, we appreciate you again so much for being here or there. We done?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We did it. Mwah. Have a great